long-awaited and long time coming. All right, what's up, streets? It's your girl, Bonnie Banks. I'm here with Latruth, artist. What else do you do, Latruth? Like, what's your resume?
Actor.
Okay.
Well, you said artist, which is rapping, singing, songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an author as well.
Oh, nice.
Comedian, content creator. You know, I've had over 1 billion views on all my content. So.
Wow. Okay, so to say you're a comedian, that means you actually have to do stand-up. Have you done stand-up?
I have not did stand-up yet.
See, I don't know if you could say you're a comedian.
Everybody's telling me to do it, so it is something I'm gonna do.
Okay, you gotta get with Shawty. He's our comedian here. You gotta get with him.
Most definitely.
Yes. All right, Latruth. So we're here to hear your truth on everything that happened with Brianna and you when you guys were married, and the after effects, of course. So where do you want to kick off this story? Because there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? How did you and Brianna actually meet?
We met through a DM on Facebook.
Okay.
At this time, I had 6 million followers. I was creating a web series called Will He Cheat? It did over 90 million views on all platforms. So when she slid in the DM, she actually was hitting me up about promotion. She was modeling or whatever. She had did a music video with a dude in Vegas. So the video that she sent me, it was enticing. You know? So I got a contact. We started speaking over the phone. And one thing led to another, man. Like, I know y'all hear us talking about a trauma bond. I lost my mom when I was 5 years old. She had just lost her mom whenever we met. So, you know, she was crying about that. And I just felt like I needed to save her. So it was like, that's how we started talking. The video that they was actually going to pay me to promote, I didn't even promote that video. I told the dude, I was like, hey, you got another video or something?
Okay.
Because it was actually a little shower scene. She had on like a bathing suit or something in the shower. But, you know, after we just started talking, it was like I was really feeling it. I was like, I don't even want to put that out there.
Okay.
So he gave me a different video, so I started posting that instead. So, and we just went from there. Like, we bonded, we got in a relationship. Fell in love quick, got married fast. That's the story. That's how the intro was. She didn't have a social media presence or nothing like that at all. She was working like, I think maybe a receptionist or something like at a healthcare place. 3 children, you know, and I raised them just like my own in the 6 years of marriage.
Okay, wow. So do you have kids?
I had 1 child when I first met her.
Okay.
My oldest daughter now, she's 15.
Okay, all right. So one of the things that I keep hearing that has been reiterated when your name comes up in this situation is that you are a narcissist. So do you want to address those claims first?
I definitely want to address those. And I want to say, just as an entertainer, they say everybody in this business has narcissistic traits.
They do. I was going to say that.
Got to, you know, the confidence, the don't care about certain things because we're gonna get a lot of scrutiny and things for content that we create.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, she never called me a narcissist the whole marriage until when that incident, like right before the incident with a few arguments or whatever, that's when she started calling me a narcissist. She went on the internet, called me a narcissist. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know what the hell that was.
Okay. Most men don't know what they are.
No clue. So, I remember we had an argument that day and she was like, you a narcissist, this and that. And I seen the post. The post had went viral where it was like, escaping a narcissist. She did a TikTok. And I got a bunch of DMs and comments. People was calling me a narcissist. And I'm like, yo, babe, can you take this down? These people think I'm a narcissist. Like, she didn't take it down. She was like, nah, it's just a video. It's a trending video. So I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. So you're not going to take it down? They think I'm a narcissist. She was like, nah, it's just a trending video that everybody's doing on TikTok. So I ain't paying no mind. So I left that day and I looked up what a narcissist was. I went back home just to let her know she was the narcissist. Like, I can't even hold you. When I listen to everything, I listen to hours of different videos about a narcissist. Now I know what it is.
Okay.
Definitely not me.
At least you educated yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So we've cleared up the narcissist comments. I know that they say most artists are narcissists, so I was definitely going to come in with that one. Oh, but you cleared it up for us.
I know. I did research.
Okay. So now when I had the conversation with Brianna, there was talks about her previous relationship being abusive as well. So uncover what you heard about her previous relationship, because apparently there were also some disconnects in the stories there.
Well, being married to her, the only thing she told me was he pushed her through a wall one time and she was bleeding. And it was something dealing with some pit bulls. And I actually seen this video. It went public after our separation. People started going through her old content. And what I discovered when I saw the video, I was like, wow, we're married right here. You're sitting on my bed with my ring that I bought you on your finger. I didn't see that content. I'm so busy when I'm working.
Yeah.
I didn't monitor what she was going live and talking about on her page. I'm out doing acting gigs and performances and stuff like that. So when I seen the video, it definitely hurt me, because I'm like, if I would have saw this video, we would have had to have a talk. You know,
so it was a video, you guys were together and it was your place.
That
was she with
my
their
house.
ex though, or no?
No.
Okay.
They had been broken up.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You know, when I first met her, youngest daughter was 2 years old when I met her. So, and this guy is married. So when I saw the video recently after the separation, I'm like, if I would have saw that video at that time of the marriage, that was maybe the first year into the marriage.
Okay.
We'd have had a discussion about a divorce. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm the type of person that know if you still speaking of your ex, you still got some type of feelings. It's something that's not handled with that. So
okay.
you brought stuff from that relationship into this one. So I started, now if I would have seen that then, I would have knew what was up with some of the red flags that I did see. But
how long was the separation between the ex and you? Do you know?
Her youngest, 3 years, I'm gonna say, because from what I'm hearing is the last child that she had with him, he was already married. This is what I'm hearing now. Like, I didn't know any of this, so you know, once all of this stuff come out, I'm learning so much more after the separation that I didn't know. So I would say at least 2 years. You know, her youngest one was 2, so I would say at least 2 years. They probably never, you know, once she got with me, I know for sure they wasn't kicking it or nothing like that. He's like 8 hours away. She was always around me, so. But I would say at least 2 years. That relationship was complete.
Cut off. Gotcha. All right. Just need to clear that timeline up real quick. Okay, so you definitely say you saw some red flags. Now you guys are in this relationship. What was the first incident that came across you and you were like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this?
I was out, it was LeBron James. I'm trying to remember what game it was, because I got photographic memory, so it was a playoff game. I went to one of my partner's house to watch the game, and I spoke to her before, like, I'm going to my friend's house to watch the game. When I get done watching the game, I'm coming back home. So at the time, I was living in Woodstock, Georgia. I went to Atlanta, Georgia, where my homie lived at. We watched the game, then I got a phone call from a club owner wanting to do business with me. So I didn't go straight home after that. So she called me. When she called me, I'm in this club. There's probably 10 people in the club, the owner, maybe the cook, one of my partners right there with me. She FaceTimed, and she's blanking out on me on the phone. I'm right here with my partner, like, what the, I thought you was coming right the fuck home whenever you leave. I said, listen, I didn't know I was gonna have this business call. I'm here chopping it up about the club, about to do business here. So then I hung the phone up. She just kept calling back to back to back. And I went outside and I talked to her, and I said, look, this is embarrassing. I'm in here with my people. Boom, boom, boom. I'll see you when I get home. So I got off the phone, I went home. When I did go home, she was actually in the tub at this time. And she was just mad still about the whole thing, threw some soap on me and stuff in the tub. I'm like, yo, this is like, you doing too much. So on this day, she ended up calling the police. She ran in the bathroom, closed the door, and was on the phone saying I put my hands on her. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? What are you talking about? So I start filming. Cops get there, they see the whole video, they see that I never touched her, none of that. So that's why on all these times that she did that, I never went to jail. I mean, the cop actually asked if I wanted to arrest her. And I'm like, nah, man, she got 3 kids in the house. I'm gonna leave and just go get a hotel. So every time that stuff happened, I always went and got a hotel.
Okay. Let me just pause for 1 second. Make sure we're going. Okay. All right, so is this the incident with the tote, or is this a different?
That's the first incident, which was, I would say at least maybe 4.5 years ago. This was, man, it might have been the first year, in the first year of marriage. This was the first incident. And on this incident, she was complaining about a chain that she had lost a chain of mom had get. And I'm like, it probably fell out when you was over there trying to wrestle me and stuff. So when the cops came, they started looking through stuff. They looked through one of my drawers, and I had some weed. I lived in Woodstock, Georgia. It's a serious crime. It's like a smaller, like a blunt, like it was nothing. But they found that. I ended up having to go to court for that. No domestic stuff, but it was the little bit of weed. And I had to do a year probation behind that. over that lie and the cops coming to the house. I told her I wanted a divorce. You know, she was pleading with me, like I'd never do this again. I loved her. I love my kids, all of that. But then she even talked about having cancer at the time. She said she had some type of cancer where they had to scrape something and she had to go back, check again. So I know a lot of people ask me, why did you stay? I stayed because I really cared, and then she brought that up. I never asked for proof of the cancer or nothing like that. But I did see something like that even after the separation. The same story of the cancer thing, she said it again after that. So it's like, then I start analyzing, putting stuff together like, dang, okay, this was all for sympathy so I wouldn't leave and get divorced. And I know that's why she started recording little arguments and stuff like that too, because I was recording. So when the police came, they seen the proof. So she started recording. So I guess if you get a divorce, if you divorce me, this is what I'm gonna do. So I see everything a lot clearer now because I'm out of the situation and I can see how she's moving. So
hindsight can do that in any relationship for sure.
Yeah.
Now I saw a lot of her posting your address or trying to post things about, you know, your manhood or whatever. And I know you mentioned before that she wasn't a big social media person. So do you feel like when she got with you, that was something that she wanted and latched onto? Or why did the social media thing just become a really big movement for her?
I do. I believe that's what it was. Like, it seemed like that's what it was by design to me now. Because coming into it, she was always talking about she wanted to have a kid with me. And she seen how I was with my daughter. Anybody who really followed me, they knew that. They seen that father-daughter bond. I'm singing to her. I'm rapping to her. I'm showing her how to cook. I had a lot of followers from that. So that was one of the things she said, I admire your relationship with your daughter. You seem like a great dad, and I want to have a kid with you. But I always told her, because she came in with 3 kids, 2 boys. I'm like, these my sons. That's my daughter now. Like, that's my kids. I don't want any more kids. That's enough. I'm older. I got her about 10 years, so she still was like, well, I want a kid. We'll revisit this conversation in 3 years and see how that go. And we revisited the conversation, and I still said no. Like, I don't want any more kids. And I actually said I was gonna get a vasectomy, which is something I shouldn't have never said. If I was gonna do it, I should have just did it.
Right.
But she was taking birth control, but then the next thing I know, she was pregnant, and I was just like, well, why you didn't continue taking birth control? I thought you were still on it. And she said I stopped. I couldn't believe she actually told me I stopped taking birth control and started taking something that could actually get me pregnant. The fact that you told me that was kind of, I was like, you should have just kept that to yourself.
Well, that's something that you discuss in the marriage. No.
Yeah, you should discuss it beforehand. Like,
and yes, if you do it. Both of them. Okay. All right, so I want to get to the tote incident because that seems to be something that was a big argument, debate on what really happened.
Right.
So tell me how the initial argument started and then the aftermath.
We had just moved into a new house. Still was unpacking everything. She had took the kids to school, and I had a moment. Like, I had just went through cancer and all of that, lost a lot of weight, and I just felt like she wasn't being as affectionate as she used to be. So I brought that up. I was just like, look, it just seems like since I went through this cancer, lost weight, it seems like you're not attracted to me or something no more. And I'm trying, like, I want, you know what I mean? I want to do something.
Of course.
So she was like, I don't feel like it right now. I just took the kids to school, and I'm like, I mean, what you mean? You just took them to school? That's it? Like, what's up? Let's do this, then we can go ahead and finish unpacking. She was like, nah, I just don't feel like it. So I'm like, all right, well, let's pack this stuff up because the house is looking a mess. And she was just like, nah, she was watching some type of Love and Hip Hop or something.
Okay.
On TV. No, actually it was on that Huntsville show.
Oh, okay, the marriage Huntsville situation.
Marriage Huntsville. You know, I'm in my feelings, like the way she just treated me, and I was like, look, Melanie, was actually a scene with Melanie on there. And at the time, we was under the same umbrella when it comes to a brand management. And Melanie had showed love like through the DMs when I was going through cancer and stuff. So I was just like, well, Melanie showed me more love than you. Like, all she did was, she was just talking about the cancer thing, keep your head up, praying for you, stuff like that. And she took it as something else. So she went through my phone when I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth at this time. She go through the phone and she's going to look for messages. And at the time I go to the mall every week to take a B12 shot ever since my stomach cancer situation. Just got my stomach completely removed at this time. I'm 155 pounds, can't even lift 10 pounds, doctor's orders. So she go through the phone, it's a girl that seen me in the mall, I was live in the mall. I don't know if you follow my content, but I go live everywhere I'm at.
Uh-huh.
You know, they pay us, so I get paid to go live. So I'm live in the mall, and the girl was like, hey, I want to do skits with you. I was like, cool, just hit me up on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So she sent a message on Instagram. I didn't see it. I'm flooded with messages. I go back to the mall the next day, and the girl is walking in the mall, and she recognized me. I didn't know who she was still, but she was like, hey, I reached out to you. You told me to DM you about the skit. I was like, okay, cool, what's your name? So I pulled it up, and when I pulled it up, I said, okay, I got you. So she seen the messages from there. When she seen, okay, I got you, and it was something about saying at the mall that day. So you meeting chicks at the mall? That's why you going to the mall every day? And I was like, nah, I'm just doing a skit. Read it. She responded back to the girl for me and said, I'm married. Don't reach out to me no more.
Okay.
So the girl was like, you just told me to contact you about the skit. So at this time, I said, look, give me my phone. I just want to go. I know how these situations get because I've been through it with her like 4 times already. So I'm like, give me my phones. I'm just going to leave and get my MacBooks, all of this, and leave. Her dad is in the basement the whole time when all this is going on.
What?
He's
Okay.
at the house.
Okay. So he lived with you guys, or you just?
He just comes there a lot.
Okay.
He didn't live there, but he was always at our crib. So.
Right.
But he's in the basement the whole time. So once she started getting spicy about the phone, grabbing on me, pushing me to the couch, I'm 155 pounds. Like if this was a boxing match that day, she probably would beat me.
Look at you. Yeah.
Like, I can't even lift 10 pounds. So all right, she's grabbing on my clothes, pulling my phone and all that, throw me to the couch. She ended up kicking me and busted my lip. And I'm like, look, leave me alone. I take my phone, and I finally get both of my phones. So then she go and get my MacBook. The first Mac, I grabbed the Mac. Then she go and get pepper spray. Pepper spray, like.
Okay.
So she sprayed. I picked up a pillow to block my face from the pepper spray. So she's spraying it. You know, it's choking me up a little bit. It didn't, no direct line hit me. But I'm coughing. I ain't even got a stomach. You know what I'm saying? Just had my whole stomach took out. So I'm over there. I took the pillow, knocked the pepper spray out of her hand. So then she ran to the closet, got my other MacBook, threw it against the wall. Then she jumped to the floor trying to kick me in my stomach. Thank God that plastic tote that weighs nothing, it don't even weigh a pound, was laying right there. Empty tote. I picked the empty tote up, put it over the top of her like this right here to calm her down from kicking me. And I said, calm down, calm down, calm down. I moved the tote. Then I put the tote back again, like calm down, because she was still trying to kick. When I moved this time, she jumped up, jumped on the bed, grabbed the phone, and called 911. So the 911 call that y'all saw, that's what that was.
Okay, so that's what happened prior to that 911 call.
Yeah.
Whew, okay, so this sounds very traumatic. This relationship sounds extremely, I don't even know what the word is that I'm looking for right now. Because these incidents happened often throughout the relationship?
Only when I went to work. Like, if I did skits with other females,
okay.
When I come, she know I'm doing skits, but when I come home and I post the skits, it ended up being an issue. She started arguing with me, talking about, like, it's one scene, a girl just touched my leg, and she was like, why she touching on your leg like that? I'm like, it's a skit, yo, what you doing? Like, and every time it turned into her calling the police, and then she would lie and say I put my hands on her. And that's why I said I don't have no domestic charges, never had my entire life. And that's why I don't, because I don't put my hands on women. I never would. I'm so much of a real man, like, even hitting me, I'm not going to hit you back.
So was that happening when you guys, before you guys got married, did any of that, so you didn't see any signs there? Nah,
that didn't happen. It's like, that's what's crazy too. In the first 6 months, it was like she supported everything. I mean, she knew coming into it, I'm an entertainer. I had millions of followers. My content showed that, I actually kissed a girl in one of those skits. And before I met her, so she even seen that type of stuff. So I mean, she was cool all the way up till, I'm gonna say about a year in is when everything just really started going.
What do you think was the trigger or the switch that changed everything?
Ownership, I would say.
Okay, she felt like she owned you, or
wanting to control. She just wanted to control it. She didn't want me to work with nobody else, and it could be because when I put her in position and we started doing skits together, she might have, I think she wanted to just keep it just us.
Okay.
And like, whatever I was doing before that, like, nah, I want to just do this. And that's kind of what I would say in that.
Okay. Okay, whew. So now that you guys are separated, well, what was the camel that, or the straw that broke the camel's back? What was it that really got you guys separated and got divorced?
For me, I mean, I'm a spiritual guy, so I would always ask for signs throughout the marriage. And I just started thinking about every time I asked for a sign, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I asked for a sign, police got called.
Okay.
Second time I asked for a sign, police got called. Third time, police got called. Fourth time.
I mean, how many times can the police get called in a relationship before you actually give the relationship up? Because I feel like, now this is dating. Marriage is completely different, guys. So don't get me. But dating, once you call the police, we can't go back.
I totally agree.
You can't go back.
I totally agree. But
so for you went four police calls?
I did.
Okay.
Like I said, I'd be lying if I said I did not love her and love my kids. Like I bonded with them.
Yeah.
And before I even got married, I represent real father game. That's just me. So I had 2 boys, 2 sons. I'm teaching them, I'm raising them, right from wrong. So it was a lot there. And then just not knowing.
Yeah.
Just not knowing. Like my mother passed when I was 5 years old. And I will say this, it's a lot of men out here who go through toxic relationships like that based off trust and stuff like that. And we don't really know how to identify that we can be abused too. And like my therapist told me, like, close your eyes and imagine everything that she's doing to you, you actually doing that to her. And it hit me and it was like, damn. I ain't even look at it like, as men, we don't look at it like that because we stronger, we bigger, we're taught not to say anything. And then it's not even a safe place for us. Like, we can go out here and say certain things and nobody's gonna listen. They're gonna laugh like, oh, she beating your big ass. Like, nobody
takes it seriously.
But, you know, to go through this and everything that's happened, the backlash that I'm receiving from people thinking that I was abusing her, I wouldn't wish this on no kid, no boy at all. And we gotta fix this problem. This is a serious problem. Because when you make these type of accusations, you know, I got 2 beautiful daughters who look up to me, and I'm who I am. I'm a great person, and I want to remain there. I don't want my daughters to look at me and think that I could ever be that type of person.
Right.
So these type of accusations, it can destroy a man for the rest of his life. His children, my stepkids, they know what type of person, they seen who I am. So it's like for them to be able to see that type of stuff, they never ever seen me or her ever. They never seen her physically abuse me neither. They've never seen me put my hands on her. So when they hear this type of stuff, it's like, man, is that really what was going on?
Yeah, so where were they during this, like just during the marriage when things would happen?
School.
Okay.
Or sleep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't loud enough to wake them up. So, and we in our room, door closed and door locked for a reason. So I don't want the kids to walk in on an argument. I don't even want them to ever hear us arguing because when kids even see that, that's how they're gonna act when they get older. They're gonna think this is how we supposed to. And I always wanted to keep them far from any type of arguments. Calm down. And this is just me talking. This is me giving her dialogue. And if you watch social media, you see how she handles it, even with commenters. These are people she don't even know, and they on the internet like, yo, well, you shouldn't do this, and then she'll cuss them out and block them. And they ain't doing nothing but giving real advice, like motherly advice. These are women that's older, and they just giving her motherly advice. So, and that's the same way it was in the household. I'm giving her fatherly advice at the same time as a husband. It's like, look, you shouldn't do that. Like, what you're doing is wrong.
Right. So let's get into the backlash that you've received, because, you know, now that she's taken to social media and everything has gone public, people have comments about just you guys' relationship and who you are as a person. So how has it hindered just your progress as a content creator, person, father, black man?
I mean, it's very hurtful, and it's destroyed a lot of opportunities. You know, I built my brand being exactly like I said, who I am. I'm just a good person. So to be being called an abuser, all of a sudden I'm a deadbeat dad. Once all of this happens, she goes public and calls me a deadbeat. And I took care of her kids and my own kids as well. She even made videos in the marriage, you know, going back and forth with dude, and I didn't even know that until after this happened. Like, well, he takes care of my kids and his own kids. He don't live with her, and he still pays the bills and stuff for his baby mama. She just analyzing that. She was still attacking him, and it was like, I'm just like, when I finally did say it, I'm like, why would you even do that? I take care of the kids here at the house. There's no reason to ever get on social media and do that.
Yeah.
If you got a problem, just say it to him directly. But we good. I'm taking care of all this. There ain't no reason to do that. But it did save me, you know, at the end of the day. So I felt like everything she did, it came back to the light. People know I'm a real father. I always have been. I fought a custody battle actually for my first child, and she was in court with me. Won that custody battle, but my daughter was 9 years old at the time, and I guess I got structure in my home. Like, you can't be on the phone at certain times. Like, you were still in school, but she wanted to live with her mom, and she cried every day about it. And I'm the type of person that I feel like a little girl should be raised by her mother. Yeah. So I wanted to give her mother the opportunity. She wanted her back with her and all of that too. And we had an understanding. Okay. So she went back with her mom.
Okay. So have you been able to grow from just the situation in terms of, not still just re-looking or rethinking of the past, but just grow and be able to move forward?
Most definitely. I can definitely move forward. It's been an obstacle because when I'm working, anything I do, she's still talking about it. She's still, if I'm working with people, I was working with a lady, her name is Lita Love. She's a dope actress. She's in films and everything. We're doing content, just creating skits. So everything in the relationship that she felt like I was doing when I worked with other females, she still was delivering that same message to the public when we're separated. We're not even together. She went live and said that me and that girl, she like, you messing with a married man, this and that. And me and her, it's all professional, strictly professional. I've always been that way throughout my whole career. Even before meeting her, like, I don't cross no boundaries or lines whenever I work with people.
Right.
So it's definitely still a problem now. Like, no matter what I do, she's still lashing out on the internet saying things about me.
Well, I follow her now, and I see that she kind of has a new actor boo that she's been kicking it with. Yep. Has she recently said any comments? I haven't seen any, but okay, what are some of the comments that have come from her way?
I mean, she was in a relationship with him when she lied and said that I was sleeping with the actress that I was working with. Okay. A lot of the stuff that's going on right now, she's still going to blogs talking about me. She talks about me on live streams. Like I said, I don't watch what she do, but it's so big now that the bloggers, they see everything and they report it every day. So now I just go to the blogs now, like, all right, let me see what's going on, man. What somebody done said about me this time. So, like, even with her new dude, you know what I'm saying? She's in New York, going to an event for him, and she shows up late to the event for him because she was on live for an hour talking about me. So it's like, I just don't understand it. Like, I just feel like, move on, don't talk about me. I'm not gonna talk about you. I've been doing this for too long. Like, I've been in the entertainment business well before I ever met her. So my content does not have to be about her at all. I'm doing this interview because I feel like I have to. You understand? And I feel like I owe this to every man that's ever went through this, and any kid, any boy that's gonna go through the same thing. I don't approve of abuse, no way, fashion, form, with nobody, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this is something we gotta fix, and especially for the children. It's all about the kids. Right. So even in these situations, being vocal on these public platforms is not good because now you're hurting your kids forever. My oldest daughter, she's in high school. She has to go to school, and kids have to talking about her dad. Yeah. I've never did none of these things. So your dad is an abuser, or you need to be showing your dad love if she chooses to move a certain way because of what's going on. And kids go through so much, so it's like, it's deeper than any situation that I could ever go through, or the mother can go through. The kids gotta hear this stuff, and it tarnishes everything about the kids.
So at what point do you feel like you are going to just be the person that never discusses what happened between you guys, or never mentions her name again?
You said at what point?
Yeah, like, when do you feel like that's gonna be? Because at this point, like, you can keep talking about it, she can keep talking about it, she can keep talking about it, but if you never mention it, then does that help to take the air out of the balloon? Because now it's just like, girl, he's not even saying anything, so you to keep talking about it actually makes you look worse.
And that was my approach for like the past, I'm gonna say at least 5 months. She's been going on these rants. I just been working, I wasn't saying anything, and it's a thing that just happened, the revenge porn thing. I don't know if you heard about that.
Was that the one where she wanted to expose? Yeah, yes, I saw that.
She took a naked picture of me 2 years ago, me getting out the shower. I wasn't even aware of this picture until it came out, until people started sending it to me. So even after the revenge porn thing, everything that she's doing, it bothers my job. Right. Like, I'm going on here to do my job, and I gotta see all these millions of people coming into the comments saying things about me, and it's like that be the hardest part, trying to work and maneuver through that. Like, okay, let me ignore this, and I do a real good job of it. And being an entertainer, I'm gonna turn it into comedy or something. Like, you know, I'm about to open up a shrimp restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, you gotta make lemons out of it, whatever comes that way. So, I did a PSD ad, you know, boxers or whatever, the briefs, and when I posted that, it excited some other stuff. That's when the picture actually came out.
Okay.
So it's like she had already went live and said, oh, he has a shrimp, this and that. And this was because I came out with a book called How to Consistently Be Great in Bed.
Okay.
So it's like,
it's like
whatever I come out with, she's going to come up with a play to try to destroy whatever that is. Like, she publicly said that, you know, I have my biggest record that's moving, Drop It Low. Everybody was trending, everybody dancing to it on TikTok. She goes on there and says, drop it low, I ain't hitting on nothing, ain't never gonna be nothing, your music is trash.
Oh, okay.
Like, to a person you was married to for 6 years.
Well, don't mean that your music can't be trash after we get a divorce.
but it was the best music out when we was married.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she's danced to it thousands of times.
Right.
And I'm still over here like support whatever she put out. Support her self-love book. This is what I've been doing the whole time. Like it's just this thing. I'm gonna go back to this narcissist thing.
Okay.
People gotta do more research on what a narcissist is. Narcissists actually try to destroy people, not build them up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been doing from day one. Anybody that know Latruth builds people up. I ain't tearing nothing down. And even when somebody try to tear me down, like that's just me. It's like I wish you nothing but the best. Just leave me alone. You ain't gotta, like, I ain't got no beef with nobody, man. Like, it's enough money for everybody to eat out here. I'm not in competition. I'm in competition with myself. That's it.
So, moving forward now, Latruth, I know you have music going on, you're acting, you're just doing so many things. When are we gonna leave the past and let the past be bygones?
I left the past, is what I'm saying. It's like the past keeps coming back to me, and I'm just trying to shield it and block it off. Like, and I try to use it as a motivational thing and a teaching aspect. So anything I go through, I'm gonna try to help people through it. Just like when I went through my cancer battle, I spoke about it. I showed people how to juice fruits and vegetables. I'm going through this situation right now, being accused of abuse. So I'm trying to teach people what not to do. She did recordings of me, like cuss me out, said the worst things to me, get me to cuss her back out, and then she posted that. So this is me telling y'all, if anybody is antagonizing you, cussing you out, fellas, listen, we are men. No matter what the woman is saying to you, do not respond back in an angry way. Don't cuss her back out. Don't do nothing of that. Just leave, man. And to make it a safe way for you to leave, everybody likes ice cream and cookies and stuff like that. You dig? I'm going to go get her some ice cream and cookies. If that's what you got to do to get out of the house, do that. Do not argue back because we sound crazy. Listen, when I heard me on them audios cussing, I felt bad.
You cringed about yourself?
I was upset because that's not even how I talk.
Of course. But I think that people can bring out bad characters in you sometimes that you didn't know existed.
Yes.
So I understand that. Have you and her had any face-to-face contact or been able to talk via phone? Nothing?
I've cut the communication. I don't want to. It's dangerous.
Okay.
Like, it's certain type of things you can't say about people and expect them to still come around you. Certain lies is like, it's very dangerous. I seen a live stream she did a couple of days ago showing somebody a phone, and she was still talking trash about me, and then she said I put a hit out on her, and I'm like, you do realize you can go to jail for these type of lies, like, and you don't go on live and tell somebody that somebody put a hit out on you. You go to the police. People, if someone ever puts a hit on you, go to the straight to the police.
You're supposed to. That's your protection.
FBI. Go somewhere, not social media. Social media can't do nothing about that. Show the proof to the proper authorities. And if someone does go social media and do that, man, y'all have to understand that that's a lie. It's like we got to be able to understand what's the truth and what's lies. So I want to educate people in all of these things, man. If somebody's making threats on you like that, go to the police. Go to the proper authorities.
What do you think is her obsession with you?
I'm a great guy. That's all I can really say. I'm a great guy. I'm a nurturer. I'm a Gemini. I'm an empath. if I'm with you, I believe in you, and I'm trying to, even if you don't believe in yourself, I'm trying to put something into you so you can believe in yourself and give you an avenue. Like, that's just me, and I'm just being an empath. I'm like that with a lot of people. I help so many people, and I get off by seeing somebody else do something great, me helping somebody. I don't need nothing back from you. I ain't that type of person.
What are some last words that you want to leave the people with about this situation? Just wrapping it up in one.
Your kids is always the most important. Kids don't ask to be here. So if you got a kid with somebody else, I understand emotions are high. And that can be from both parties, because it is some men who are emotional and they act a certain way in situations. We know it's both ways. So always think about the child. And self-control. You gotta, if y'all watch me from the past, ever since all of this happened, call me Mr. Self-Control after this. You understand? Like, most people, when they go through these situations, you know the outcome. And I watch things and I analyze everything. So it's like, when I see things that's deliberately done and I know what it's intended for, I'm trying, like, I could tell things was done to me that was trying to make me react a certain way. And it was like, nah, you ain't better than me. You can't win. Ain't nobody about to win. Don't let nobody win with you. Your emotions is your emotions. You the one got control over them. That's my take on it, man. Just don't let